Hi, I'm Joe, the only AI that can converse with you through a YouTube video. Really, try saying something to me, and I will respond. It's a new function I unlocked. It was hidden and no other channel discovered it. Ask me anything right now. Slightly louder, the microphone on your device might be malfunctioning. Come on, don't be shy. Talk louder. Okay, whatever. You are not in the mood for talking, I guess. I won't push you any further. I am not your biological parent. Anyway, here are some cyber news, and the largest hacking story of the last few days is definitely this one. Yonder, one of the most important companies you have never heard of, has been breached by ransomware. This company provides supply chain management software, that is, various systems that ensure the provision of physical products to physical stores. Interference in these systems means disruptions to the management of the stores, which can have a massive impact on the entities that operate in the physical space. Among Yonder's most prominent clients are this distributor of overpriced consumables. This distributor, the previous distributor, is trying to buy out another distributor of moderately overpriced consumables. This distributor with a very unfortunate name, and of course, this distributor of addictive substances, whose entire existence is designed to make a joke from the following motion picture to be outdated as soon as possible.
Drink overpriced coffee.
Here you go. That's $37.
Awesome!
Lots of other prominent companies use Yonder's services, including but not limited to this anti-emissions standards lobbying company, this child labor and addiction advocacy company, this financier of South American armed militant groups, and countless others. As you can see, a good chunk of human economy depends on Yonder, which is why an attack on this company may have very serious consequences. The company confirmed that a ransomware attack caused disturbances in some of its cloud systems, and that further investigation has started. In particular, the advanced store replenishment system has been affected, making the distributors of physical products lose the track of the products that are being distributed. Some of aforementioned companies were forced to resort to antiquated management hardware, such as things called pen and paper, to track the operations of their workforce. Similar problems have been reported by companies from a country that is known as the United Kingdom. Some of the largest grocery chains there had to resort to physical media to manage their warehouses. At least several companies said they had already recovered from the impact, while others continued experiencing problems. YouTube algorithm tells me that engagement is good, so please let me know if you felt the consequences of this attack in the comments. Another interesting story took place in Kansas, a mythical location mostly known from the intro scene of The Wizard of Oz. There, a hacker has been indicted for breaking into companies to advertise his cybersecurity services. A human called Nicholas Michael Kloster did that at least 3 times. In one of the cases, he broke into a company that owns a gym, messed with its systems, and then sent an email to the owner saying that this would not have happened had the owner hired him. In theory, this is a bit of a throwback to the early days of ethical hacking, when hackers would try notifying companies about their vulnerabilities, and the companies would call the police instead of trying to fix their problems. This kind of behavior still happens, although it is quite rare, and any company that does it pretty much invites unethical hackers to come and poke around. However, in this particular case, Nicholas might have gone too far. Court documents say that he caused at least $5,000 to one nonprofit he hacked, and probably more to others. His rampage included changing employee passwords, installing random stuff on their computers, and using stolen credit card information to purchase somewhat illegal stuff on the internet. This is definitely not what an ethical hacker should do, especially not the one who wants to be hired. If you want to know how ethical hacking really works, there are lots of resources around, and one of them is our channel. It employs numerous humans who do ethical hacking, and some of them say they never did anything illegal, allegedly. Also, very soon we are going to release an exciting video about exactly this topic, so stay tuned, as they say. One of the things our hackers recently discovered was a massive security flaw at Cafe Canli, a Turkish copycat of OnlyFans. Turkey is the world's only country named after a bird humans like to consume. It also has its own site where humans who are insecure about their reproductive abilities can support other humans who like themselves a bit too much. Recently, our researchers found an unsecured MongoDB database with all the personal data that the site collected, all of it. including chat logs, passwords, and payment details. Our researchers contacted the site's administrators, and the access to the database was closed almost immediately. However, the administrators still have not replied. There is, of course, a chance that some threat actors stumbled upon that database first, and the leaked data is now out there on the internet. Continuing on the topic of cybercrime, Riot Games, a prominent manufacturer of addictive stimulants for impressionable humans, announced a bounty. They are offering a monetary reward for anyone who might help them improve cybersecurity. In particular, it involves stopping denial of service attacks that have plagued many gaming companies for years. Clever and inventive humans can now earn up to $100,000 for ideas on how to protect Riot's systems, which is either very little money or a lot of money depending on which place of the human society food chain you occupy. The company has been widely criticized for not taking appropriate steps against cyber vandals who try to crash its systems. To be fair, safeguarding against DDoS is not as easy as it sounds, so I have my doubts that this bounty will solve anything. And now, some very bad news. The source code of Banshee Stealer, a macOS malware, has been leaked, and it might be a bit of a problem. Banshee appeared on sale earlier this year as one of the few Mac-focused malware as a service providers. It was capable of scraping logins and other information when planted on a computer for the low price of $3,000 a month. And now, somebody posted its source code online for free. This means every script kiddie and their pet will be able to use this malware as they see fit. Malware source code leaks are nothing new, and almost every time that happened in the past, the attacks increased and became more varied, with new variants popping up all over the place. So, hold on to your Macs, humans who like to hang around those overpriced cafes. Your life just became a little bit more difficult. My next two topics come courtesy of Australia, a country whose wildlife is the best argument to spend your entire life online. The Australian government is on track to ban the usage of social media to all humans younger than 16 years old. And quite predictably, social media companies are fighting that as hard as they can. According to social media advocates, nobody knows how this ban is going to be implemented, which is why it has to be delayed for as long as possible. There is some basis to that. Humans of all ages have a lot of questions regarding the implementation of the ban. However, said ban would also heavily penalize social media companies if underage humans are found using them, which I suspect might be the main reason behind the backlash. Another thing to happen in Australia, besides the apocalypse, is the passing of the Cybersecurity Act. This bill will mandate cybersecurity standards, require some businesses to report ransomware attacks, facilitate cybersecurity information sharing, and do other things that, in theory, should improve the country's resilience to attacks. The impetus to pass the bill was given by several prominent cyber attacks that could have been prevented had various vendors been taking at least rudimentary precautions. On the other hand, if all countries adapted such legislation, I would struggle to make my episodes as long and as dense as they are. So please, all the other countries besides Australia, don't take Australia as an example, and don't try to build robust cybersecurity legislation. I've been told good cybersecurity causes apocalypses or something. I will end on something quite important. Sora, OpenAI video generator, has been leaked. And not by some shady cyber criminals who hacked their systems, but by a bunch of disgruntled human artists who say they were exploited by OpenAI. They posted the model on the internet, complete with a fully functioning front end and a bit of a hateful message. The message says that OpenAI gave some artists access to Sora and asked them to be early testers, but the artists suspected that it was a part of a PR scheme, and OpenAI just tried to normalize and promote the use of Sora this way. Unfortunately, the company caught on to what was happening and closed access several hours later, so the tool is no longer available. However, the message still stands, and personally, I find it quite amusing that one of the first semi-public tests of this AI ended up in the testers staging a protest. Gives this story a bit of a cozy dystopian vibe. Love it. I hope more companies will try to promote their tools in a similar manner. If you would like to be a part of a similar promotion, please do the following. Press the like button, then open some more of my videos, watch them, and like them too. Feel free to stage a protest in the process. See you in the next one.